Video games, if made correctly, they can become masterpieces. But when made incorrectly, well, the less said the better. So how do gamers determine if a game is good or not? Well, reviews, of course. I mean, what else will we rely on? Would XPlay? Well, G4 is dead, we're not exactly going to rely on TV anymore. But exactly what happens to a game when we unfairly review it? Well, my job is to be judge, jury, and executioner for some of the darkest disappointments of our generation, and decide if a game was unfairly bombed, or if it was left to die to begin with. Welcome to Asobi Gaming Darkest Hour. Today's transformable travesty is going to start with a rather strange first episode. This is because the following games developed kind of a cult following recently, but 5 years ago was considered an abomination to fans and critics. Today we're going to talk about Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. But before we determine if this game deserves a second chance at life or should rot in hell, we need to first look at the history of the developer, Edge of Reality. Edge of Reality was an American video game developer founded in 1998 and based in Austin, Texas, that developed games for the 5th and 6th generation consoles, or simply PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, and PC. But what exactly did Edge of Reality develop? Well, I'll tell you. Pitfall: Lost Expedition, Shark Tale, Over the Hedge, The Incredible Hulk, Loadout, and finally today, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. And they were founded by a little man known as Rob Cohen, the lead programmer of Turok Dinosaur Hunter at Iguana Entertainment, and Mike Penoff at Perigium Entertainment. The company started by developing N64 ports of successful games on other systems, including the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series. Following the success of their ports, the company decided to branch off into developing their own original games on multiple platforms. Essentially, the company had two development teams, one of which worked on licenses and established franchises, like Transformers, Over the Hedge, Shark Tale, license stuff, while the other worked on completely original games. And, well, again, if you look at what I basically told you, what games they've made, they only made really one original game, and I'll focus on the other one that is interesting. And essentially, quote-unquote, they said, anything more than that would jeopardize our focus and therefore quality of our studio. I hate to break it to you, but what quality is? But ignoring that ignorance, essentially in 2014, directly after making their self-published game Loadout, they decided to join up with Activision once more to make Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, which ironically would turn out to be, let's just say, their best product. One of the main problems of the game was its inconsistent difficulty, bugs and glitches, a very strange crossover between the movies and Cybertron games, and the fact that it was a shameless rip-off / clone of Fall of Cybertron, a Transformers game released 2 years prior. So what about one of their original video games they were working on? Well, they were working on a game called Cypher Complex that was published by Sega and was supposed to be an action stealth game, but not much is known about it other than the fact that there was a playable build made for the Xbox 360, and it was supposed to come out for PS3, Xbox, and PC. But they did decide to sadly cancel development on the game as they wanted to focus more on Loadout. Finally, in 2017, Edge of Reality finally closed doors and released its employees as they decided to shut down and essentially just become one with the rest of Activision's employees. And as of right now, currently, Activision also decided to take down, at least digitally, every Transformers game with an inclusion of Legend of Korra, meaning digitally you can no longer buy Rise of the Dark Spark, Fall of Cybertron, or Devastation. and as this might be due to them losing the license with Hasbro, but this is a very similar situation happened with Marvel and Activision in 2018. So yeah, but this is about the game. How do I personally see Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, and does it deserve a second chance, or does it deserve the reviews and the harsh criticism it got in 2014 and still present? Personally, yes. The game insulted fans at release. It insulted fans by bringing the movies close to the original source material. It was released with tons of bugs and glitches, inconsistent difficulty, shameless DLC practice, and loot boxes, and just overall, it was just a very mediocre experience if you ever had the chance to play it. So I personally believe this game does in fact deserve all of the harsh criticism it was given in 2014 and beyond. So yes, this game does indeed deserve all of the harsh criticism that it received from critics and fans, and it does indeed deserve to go rot in hell. Thanks, Mr. Cohen! Now that we've reached the end of the video, I would actually like to thank those who stuck with Asobi Gaming for the last 2 years and just all the encouragement that I received, as well as a lot of my friends on PlayStation for helping me out with just either gamer knowledge or just essentially just going with me through this experience of this channel. And I would just like to really just support the YouTube community. Just, you know, thanks for everyone being supportive, and just really overall I'm grateful. So just thank you guys, and I'm gonna try and continue to keep up the work on this series. For the first episode, it was a bit rough, but it should progressively get better, as this was a bit of a short episode, but it is a mini-series, and it's not really focusing on the depth of the games. It's just essentially focusing on whether they do deserve a second chance, or of course they deserve what's coming to them. So I'd like to thank you guys for checking this out, and I'll see you guys on the next installment.